Hey everyone, this is going to be a bit of a departure from my previous videos. As you know, my channel is usually focused on like film reviews, game reviews, or vlogs, usually me going to theme parks and stuff like that. But today I wanted to kind of like talk about of a more dire issue that I see is starting to get worse in the place that I live, which is Brisbane. And that is under the topic of homelessness. Now, it seems that very recently, or probably over the past couple of years, probably since COVID started, and I've only noticing it now, but it seems that homelessness is becoming worse in Australia. And I've noticed this very recently in Brisbane. I'm not going to give away where I live, but there is a park not that far away from me where several people have put up tents, and basically just over the past month or two it's been rising. I think there are quite a few tents now, and people living homeless basically just down the street, and it is definitely troubling to see. It seems that every time I walk past these people, that there's not much that I can do. And it's not just that, there are there's this other place not far from me, like under this bridge, where more homeless people are setting up shop and just trying to find a place to sleep. Now, I've done a little bit of research. I'm not really too deep into the whole homelessness problem in Australia, but it says in 2016, so this is pretty dated by now, but since 2016 there have been roughly over 110,000 individual people in Australia that are without a home. There's this said in 2016 there were exactly 5,813 homeless people on the streets of Brisbane, and now it is up to 9,700. So yeah, that is really shocking actually, and because that is a crazy amount of people in a relatively small city like Brisbane. I mean, it is one of Australia's biggest cities. It's Australia's third biggest city, pales in comparison to most cities in America or like Japan or even Europe. But that is a really big problem, and it's kind of it is kind of sad that I have been kind of like not thinking about it for this long, and I'm finally kind of having my eyes open to just how bad it is getting in the place that I live. And I kind of feel quite powerless to do anything about it. It's obvious because of like rising home rates, rental rates. I've been living in this apartment for almost 2 years now, and it's been on a budget of 269 Australian dollars every week because of my NDIS NRAS. Since disability, I'm with NDIS because of ASD, and it's going to be bumped up to 460 in a few months now, and I can't afford that. And since NRAS with this building is starting to run out, it's giving me no choice but to be moved out of this building. Now, fortunately, I still have my parents, so I can live with my parents in an apartment that's not too far from here. But just to think, if they weren't there, I mean, like, if my parents were like dead, or I didn't have much of a family, I'd have nowhere else to go, and I would just be like the same as these people. So I'm lucky, but not everyone is. So there are several volunteer websites for Brisbane, and I'll try and find some for other places around Australia as well. I would love to do this. I am really busy at the moment. I have a lot of things to do in my week, a lot of places I need to be, a lot of commitments. Also looking for work. I'm currently out of work at the moment too, but if I had time, I would, but I just can't. But maybe you do, so maybe I can help you help someone who is homeless, whether it's in Australia or even if if you're in America, around the world, this will mostly be based on the country of Australia, but hopefully just this video alone will be able to raise awareness about this subject, because it's getting worse in my country. It's probably getting worse in yours too. As we all know, prices are always going up and affordability is becoming more and more scarce, and it just seems to be so hard to find a roof over your head in these days, and COVID has displaced a lot of people financially. There's just a lot of stuff going on that is seemingly causing more and more people to be driven out of their homes and live on the streets. So this is just my opinion of it. I'm not very well educated about the subject, but hopefully this video alone will raise awareness and open a few eyes. Anyway, that's really all I had to say. Thanks.